Hi guys, today we are going to discuss another important session for 1000 important questions for coming 2026 NEET. This is NEET wall, we can provide quality education for NEET. Guys, we are going to discuss the important questions for coming NEET. Okay, yeah, today the first question, these are the innovative questions, they make ask you application oriented question in the coming NEET. Okay, in that way I did prepare more important innovative questions from the chapter structural organization. Okay, yeah, this is the chapter which is in under the structural organization. This is animal tissue. Okay, yeah, a person suffer from injury that results in the inability to absorb shocks in joints and restricted to smooth joints to movement, and which specific tissue is most likely to damage. This kind of questions they can ask you in the NEET, in the coming NEET. Okay, yeah, I am going to explain here. Yeah, here, yeah, that is the tissue is inability to absorb shocks in the joints and restricted to smooth movement. Smooth joint movements also restricted. Which kind of tissue is affected? White fibrous connective tissue, hyaline cartilage tissue, ligament, and yellow elastic cartilage tissue. Okay, yeah, here joints is the key word. Just look into here, joints is the key word here. Joints is the keyword. So, just where white fibrous cartilage is there no movement, it is not flexible, it is rigid. White fibrous cartilage will not move at all for the shock absorption. White fibrous cartilage is just flexibility where vertebral column and where the cranial skeletal is attached to each other, there is a white fibrous cartilage. It is not about movement. White fibrous cartilage not at all for the movement. Okay, yes. And ligament mean it is the joint bone to bone, it is the joint bone to bone, not about smooth muscle, it is not about ligament. So, this is not. Yellow elastic cartilage, mostly they do not have joints, mostly they are located at smooth muscles like ear, nose, tip. Okay, like this areas yellow elastic cartilage is there. The answer is hyaline cartilage. Hyaline cartilage is located, there is ends of the synovial joints, ends of the synovial joints. So, answer is what here? Answer is B. B is the right answer for this questions. Guys, just look into here and you have to understand the question first. What they can ask here, joint is the keyword. If the joint is keyword, you can eliminate yellow elastic cartilage easily. Okay, and if come to the smooth muscle, if come to the smooth joints, you can smooth joint, there is no white fibrous at all in the smooth. Yeah, there is no smooth muscle movement in the white fibrous cartilage, always rigid. They are located at vertebral column, they are located at cranial skeletal system. Okay, Yeah, ligament is not about muscle. Ligament is not about muscle. So, it is not about, it is the bone to bone. You have to eliminate it. So, answer is B. You can use your smartness during the elimination process if such a questions come. Okay. Just read carefully the question what they actually asking. Okay. And then you have to focus the options, easily you can do it. Hyelin cartilage, it is end of the all synovial joints. It can be used as a shock absorb, that is the synovial fluid which is involved shock absorber, synovial fluid. Yeah, I am going to explain about Hyelin cartilage here. Yes. What is Hyelin cartilage? Hyelin cartilage is the most abundant type of cartilage in the human body. Hyelin cartilage is most abundant type of cartilage in the human body. It has smooth glassy appearance. Okay. Yeah, it has chondrocytes, that is cartilage cells. Cartilage cells are chondrocytes, like bone cells are osteocytes, blood cells are lymphocytes, monocytes, RBC, erythrocytes, okay, leukocytes. So, where there is their cells, they can secrete matrix to create a tissue. They can secrete their own matrix and create a tissue. That is the cells we can call in the, if come to the chondrocytes, that is the cartilage cells. Okay, they can secrete chondroin sulfate, and it is extracellular matrix with collagen fibers. Hyelin cartilage extracellular matrix, this is the chondrocytes. Here just look into this, these are the chondrocytes cells. This secretes a matrix, secretes such a matrix like, this secretes such a matrix between the cells in the tissue. This is all over tissue. If come to the, this is the all over tissue, this is the matrix. The space between the cells is matrix. The space between the cells is matrix. This is the matrix contain the fibers. Okay. This is collagen fibers. These fibers are collagen fibers. Collagen fibers. So, it is not visible under the microscope actually. Okay. The functions of the white fibrous cartilage. The functions of the white fibrous cartilage is what? Here, yeah, it is cover end of the bones. It is cover end of the bones, guys, most important. It is cover end of the bones, and there where the synovial joints. This is the key word for the previous question. Okay, yeah, it is likely to knee, elbow and shoulder mostly. Okay, because of this cartilage, there is a bone converted into the cartilage converted into the bone. Calcification leads to the increasing height. Okay, yes, yeah. It can be reduce the friction. Of course, there is a synovial fluid. Synovial fluid helps to, there is a like lubrication between the bones, okay, during the joint movement. It is absorb mechanical shocks. Okay, during the movement. Okay, it provide smooth surface for the low friction articulation. These are the functions of like Hyelin cartilage. These are the functions of the Hyelin cartilage. What is Hyelin cartilage and what are the functions? Take a screenshot, guys. It can help you. Yeah, next question. Come to the next question. These are the questions most important, okay? You have to read once after this class. Which of the following is correctly matches tissue type with all unique features, okay? These are the tissues and their unique features, okay? Yes. Yeah, skeletal muscle features which is, yeah, unique feature is correctly matched, which is correctly matched. Skeletal muscle involuntary, multinucleated and striated. Skeletal muscle is striated, okay. Involuntary, it is multinucleated syncytium, okay. Is it involuntary? No, it is wrong. It is the voluntary. Skeletal muscle under the somatic nervous system. Somatic nervous system, where the motor neuron is connected. Motor neuron. What is motor neuron? The neuron end which is connected to the muscle, which is secretes the acetylcholine is as a neurotransmitter for the muscle contraction, okay. So, in this under condition where the skeletal muscle going to be contract, mean that can be regulate, that can be like volunteer, that can be volunteer under the somatic nervous system, under the somatic nervous system, where the peripheral nervous system of branch which is somatic nervous system, they can contract the muscle, okay, under the motor neuron, okay. Yes, if come to the, this is the wrong answer because of it is a voluntary, okay. Yeah, cardiac muscle are the striated, intercalated disc and regenerates rapidly. Is it regenerate rapidly, cardiac muscle? Not at all, like, okay, liver. This is wrong answer, okay. Yeah, if come to the area, yeah, smooth muscles, spindle shape, of course spindle shape, no striated, no striation, smooth muscle like this, no striations, nucleus, there is no striations, okay, and found in iris, in the eye, okay. We will look into the next option. Areolar tissue is compact? No, at all, not it is compact bone, okay. Avascularized, high tensile strength. So, answer is C. Answer is C. So, such a questions they can ask you to make your time consumption here, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I am come to the next question, guys. Yeah, this is also most important. I did take most innovative questions for you guys. In the coming 2026, you can make 180 to 180 marks in the zoology. I'll make sure, I'll guarantee more than 170 marks, okay, if you get my classes in the NEET-level, okay. Yes. If intercalated discs in the heart fail to form during the development, during embryonic development, during, yeah, in the heart during embryonic development, where at the age of 21st day heartbeat started, heartbeat starts, from that onwards there is a development strategy where the function would be primarily affected, where intercalated disc intercalated disc. What is intercalated disc? In the cardiac muscles. Okay, what are they perform? Okay, we are going to see. If they fail in the development, muscle contraction is effect. Okay, what they can affect? What function can be affect? What function can be affect? If you know the function of the intercalated disc, you can easily answer for this question. Okay, yeah. Is it muscle contraction? Is it muscle contraction? Is it nutrient supply to the myocardium? Is it intercalated disc? Nutrient supply is the main function? Not at all. Fatigue resistance, if it is no disc, like intercalated disc do not about fatigue resistance. Okay, yeah. So this is the wrong answer. Of course, muscle contraction is not at all. Nutrient supply is the not prime function of the intercalated disc. Okay, they can give the signals. Okay, in the gap junctions, there is a synchronized heartbeat, guys. This is the right answer. C is the right answer for this question. Okay, I am going to explain it about what is the cardiac muscles, what are the intercalated discs functions. Yeah, intercalated disc are what? Or what? Intercalated disc are the specialized junctions. Specialized junctions, this is the junction is the keyword, between the adjacent cardiac muscles, between the adjacent cardiac muscles. Yeah, I am going to explain the all over structural organization tissues, all over tissues in the NEET wall. You have to follow the topics. I am going to explain what is the cardiac muscle, what is the smooth muscle, what is the skeletal muscle, everything I will explain it. Okay? Yes. And the cardiac muscle, there is a three critical roles. What are the functions of the cardiac muscle? That is the mechanical connection and electrical connection and coordination connection. Cardiac muscles, they can play mechanical actions, electrical action and coordination action. Okay? Mechanical connection, there is a connection which is desmosomes. Desmosomes, via desmosomes, they can hold cell tightly together during the contraction. Muscle always, it is the mechanical chamber where the blood pump. It is always contract and relax, contract and relax. Depolarization and repolarization going to take place in the cardiac muscle. The desmosomes or the gap junctions where the desmosomes located, they are mechanically tied together with each tissue. And electrical connection, if come to the electrical connection, where the intercalated discs are located, there, these are the functions, guys. Electrical connections are gap junctions, via gap junctions. Mechanical connections are the via desmosome, they can mechanically activated and they can hold together. And if come to the electrical connection, where the gap junctions allow the ions and action potential pass directly from the cell to cell. Yeah, there is a depolarization, repolarization is going to take place in the cardiac muscle. In the cardiac muscle, guys, just look into here, there is a sodium potassium pump. Sodium potassium pump for the depolarization and repolarization. Depolarization and repolarization going to take place by the sodium potassium pump, where the gap junctions are activated and allow the ions in the cell to cell connection. Okay, there is a transfer of ions make the cardiac cells to depolarize or repolarize. Okay, there is a ECG, as we know, guys, there is a complex or PQRS like this. Okay, there is a depolarization and repolarization signals are going to take place through the ion exchange, the sodium potassium pump. where the gap junction located, this is the electrical connection. Coordination connection, okay, which is allow heartbeat as functional syncytium, okay, this is 1 unit, syncytium, okay, is 1 unit. Guys, I hope you guys understand this. Yeah, I hope you guys understand it, okay. Yeah, this you can take the screenshot. Yeah, if come to the next question. Yeah, what happened if intercolated disc fail to form? What happened here? Yeah, without intercalated disc, answer to that question, without intercalated disc, there is a gap junctions would be absent. There is no gap junction between the cells, okay. Electrical signals, action potential can't be travel efficiently to the next cell, okay. There is a cell to cell, there is a electrical pass where the SCA node is stimulated, they travel into the AV node. This is the heart, guys, okay. SCA node where the signals started and they reach AV node, and there is a signals pass SCA node to AV node, and finally they can reach the walls of these ventricles. In this travel of the signal, there is a junctions in the this travel. There are certain junctions or gap junctions, guys. There are certain junctions called gap junctions. They can pass signals throughout the heart, okay. There is a signals pass throughout the heart, okay. That can be affect the signal pass throughout the heart. That leads to the asynchronous contraction, mean there is no heart contraction, there is no action potential takes place, okay. This is the disease, inefficient pumping, okay. Even if the individual cell contract, they won't be contracted together, okay. This is essential for the heartbeat, guys, okay. You have to take. Yeah, if come to the next question. Which connective tissue play a dual role to both defense and storage? Defense and storage. Guys, just here, look into here. There is cartilage, they can secrete chondrine, and make cartilage tissue like chondrocytes, they can secrete, okay. So it is not, okay. Yeah, blood, they do not, yeah, they can use defense, blood can defense, involves in defense through the, they can make, there is a blood cells, lymphocytes and monocytes, lymphocytes and monocytes. Lymphocytes like T lymphocytes, B lymphocytes, and macrophages also there. Macrophages. Okay. This is involved in defense like immunity. Immunity. Blood is the defense is okay, but storage also they can ask you. Areolar tissue is shock absorb, okay, they can not. The adipose tissue is the right answer here. They can fat storage and immunity also, immunity. Okay. So, answer is B guys. This may be direct question, okay, very easy question for you. Okay. I hope you guys understand well. This is a very simple question. Just use, yeah, where the storage, fat storage is there in the adipose, and there is a immunity where the lipocytes are also there in the adipose tissue. Yeah. Come to the next question. Which connective tissue has maximum matrix content in the least cellularity? Okay. Here keywords are least cellularity and maximum matrix content. Ligament bone to bone, right? Bone to B to B. So, there is no matrix, such a huge matrix here. Blood, they do not produce their own matrix. They do not produce their own matrix. Blood do not produce their own matrix. This is the keyword for NEET. This is the keyword for NEET. They can ask you which kind of tissue they do not produce their own matrix. Blood is the tissue, fluid tissue. The blood cells actually, the blood cells, they do not produce their own matrix. Ligament is the mostly bone and they do not have a much matrix. Okay. Bone also there is a matrix is very little. Cartilage is the right answer here. Cartilage is the right answer here. Okay. Okay. If come to the next question. Match the following question. This is the match the following question. Cartilage, this is the features, this is the tissue, this is the features. Okay? Yeah. Cartilage, areolar tissue, adipose tissue and bone. Cartilage, areolar tissue, adipose tissue and bone. Okay? Yeah. Chondrocytes, fibroblast cells and mast cells, and unicellular fat storage and lamellae and caniculi. So, guys, cartilage obviously chondrocytes. Okay? Yeah, chondrocytes they can produce the matrix in the cartilage, and areolar tissue are the areolar tissue as usual fibroblast cells and mast cells. It is the direct. Adipose tissue, the fat storage and unicellular, of course, and bone is directly, there is a option. Guys, this is the also very important and very easy question where the tissue and their cells, okay, their functions. If come to the next question, it is application based NEET style question, guys, application oriented question. Okay? Yeah. During the wound healing, which of the following is cells are multiply and secretes matrix to repair connective tissue? What they can produce here, secretes matrix to repair. Who can secretes here? Mast cells mostly they can defense mean mast cells or the basophils this involve in the immunity, allergic immunity, okay. Macrophages are the phagocytes, they can eat foreign particles, Adipose are the storage of fat and defense immunity. Yeah, remaining fibroblast cells. Blast mean to forming, blast mean to forming or secretes, okay. Fibroblast mean to forming or to secrete something, okay. So what here secretes? Matrix can secretes as fibroblast cells. This is the right answer, guys. Okay. Mast cells are the basophils. There is another name is mast cells. If the produce the white blood cells, what is the basophils? They can produce from the bone marrow. Basophils, they can produce from the bone marrow. They can enter into the blood vessel. They enter into the blood called basophils. They can reach the target if there is any effect in the tissue. If they reach the target into the tissue, from the blood vessels they can exit out to the tissue. That is diapedesis leads to the mast cells. Okay. Basophil, another name is mast cells. If the cell are under the blood vessel is called basophils. If they can reach target any tissue called mast cells. Mast cells, they can release some like histamine, okay, serotonin, heparin, such a like immunity activators they can release. Yeah. Coming to the another question, which statement is the best to explain why tendons are heal slowly as compared to the other tissue? Tendons, okay. Tendons are skeletal muscles where muscle and bone to attach. Which statement is best explain why tendons heal slowly as compared to the other tissues? Okay. Yeah. Tendons are the connections which is bone and tissue called tendon. Tendon lack of collagens. Tendons have poor vascularity. Tendons are made up of muscle fibers. Tendons have active immune cells. This is not active immune cells. Easily you can eliminate. Lack of collagen. Tendons have collagens. Actually, collagens are there. Okay. Tendon and ligaments are the collagen. Yeah. Tendons have poor vascularity. Tendons are made up of muscle fibers. These are the questions. These are the two options where you apply your knowledge. Okay. Yeah, guys, this is the B is the right answer. Tendons are poor vascularity. Tendons are poor vascularity. Okay. Yes. Yeah, just look into here again. Tendons are poor vascularity. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, next question. If come to the next question, what does it cartilage despite being connective tissue show limited generative capacity? Okay, cartilage. Okay, being connective tissue, obviously cartilage is the connective tissue. Okay, cartilage is the connective tissue, show limited regenerative capacity. Okay, regeneration means to produce another cells like that. Okay, yes. It is not a vascularized, it contains multinucleated cells. Chondrocytes divide very rapidly. It has high lymphatic drainage. Okay, guys. Yeah. Chondrocytes are the not vascularized. I am going to explain it. Okay. Yeah. What is cartilage? What is cartilage? Okay. I am going to explain here. Just look into here. Yeah. What is cartilage? Cartilage is a specialized connective tissue made up of with chondrocytes. Chondrocytes mean cartilage cells. It is a flexible extracellular matrix. It is the flexible extracellular matrix in the chondrocytes. Okay. Chondrocyte cells are, they can secrete like cells, they can secrete extracellular matrix. This is the extracellular matrix they can secrete. Okay. They are like flexible and they are rich in 3 types. Yeah, cartilage is 3 types. Obviously, you know, hyaline cartilage, fibrous cartilage, elastic cartilage. Okay. Hyelin cartilage, elastic cartilage and fibrous cartilage. Hyelin cartilage, end of the long bones and trachea. Elastic cartilage, external ear. Okay. Guys, while I am teaching in the zoology, in the animal physiology or animal anatomy, I am going to discuss the tissues also. If come to the trachea, in the respiratory system where the hyaline cartilage is located. If come to the elastic cartilage, in the trachea where it is elastic cartilage located. Okay. Yeah, where the sound box is larynx is produced by the elastic cartilage. Okay. Hyaline cartilage is the trachea. Okay. Where are the C-type rings? Okay. I am going to explain in the animal physiology all over the animal tissue. Okay. Yeah, elastic cartilage external here, white fibrous cartilage, intercolated disc or any cranial bones. Okay. They are allocated between the cranial bones, guys. And why it is regeneration is limited? This is the question, right? Yeah, it is non-vascularized. It is non-vascularized. This is the answer. Why? Cartilage is the avascularized. Avascularized means non-vascularized. Okay, no direct blood supply. If there is no blood supply into that, they can take nutrients or gases, oxygen gases through the diffusion. They can eliminate the carbon dioxide through the process diffusion. Where there is a diffusion is going to take place, there is a this tissue is converted into the epithelial tissue like that. Okay, there nutrients, oxygens must be diffused through their matrix to reach chondrocytes. Okay, in that way, if there is no this blood, there is a slow metabolism. Metabolism rate is very slow in the chondrocytes. Okay, this is the keyword, guys. They can ask you statement wise question in the coming NEET. Okay, metabolism rate is very slow and there is low mitotic activity for the chondrocyte production, and all of this, okay, yeah, repair which is regeneration is very tough for the injury. Okay, yeah. Yeah, next question. NEET advanced level puzzle. Okay, this is advanced level puzzle. Arrange the following tissue decreasing order of their regeneration capacity. Okay, regeneration capacity which is decreasing order. You have to notice whether they can ask you increasing order or decreasing order. Regeneration capacity very low in cardiac muscle. Here cardiac muscle is very low as compared with others. So where it is decreased cardiac muscle, second, it is direct to question, you have to answer it. If you know what is the right answer, where the exactly what is wrong answer, where the exactly it is enough, do smart. Okay, yeah. So one is areolar tissue regeneration capacity high, and there is smooth muscle regeneration capacity is very high, and after that bone, after that cardiac muscle. This is the B is the right answer for this question, guys. I hope you have to understand this session. We are going to meet in the coming session tomorrow, and this is the NEET well, we can providing you online and offline. Okay, online if take monthly 3000 rupees, offline it is the Narayanaguda. There is a location where the our institution is located, and we can provide offline classes also. Within 6 months we have to complete all the sessions. We can conduct the exams, okay, during the sessions, and we can give the best, guys. Thank you.